Hello there and welcome to another day of adventures with Wes and Jeff, and I'm at White Sands National Park, number 40 on my list. So I'm so excited to be here and see all the white sand. This used to be a monument. Back in 1933 is when they made it a monument. And then in 2019, they made it a national park. A lot of the stuff still says National Monument on it, but it is one of our 63 national parks that I have planned to go to. There's a scenic drive through the park, and it's 5 miles long, and it drives through the sand dunes. They do have to plow these roads because the sand does drift across the road at points when it's windy and it blows the sand. So they take a plow and they plow off these roads. They're pretty clean right now. There's just a couple sand drifts. We're used to snow drifts back in the Midwest, but this is sand drifts, so very unique. The mountains are really pretty off in the distance. So along the Dune Nature Trail, these markers where they stick up, and if they instruct you that if you can't see the markers any longer, then the sand dunes have covered them up, and that you're supposed to turn back around for your own safety. But this type of white sand, it packs down really, really good. So it's like not walking on concrete, but it's pretty solid. And so this part of the trail, it's just at sunrise, and it's my first trail for the day, and it is I'm the only one on the trail right now, but I'm getting ready to approach the sand dunes. So I'm gonna be going up into the sand dunes, and it'll probably get a little looser of sand that I walk on, but this is the sunrise here. This, yeah, it's not too bad. It's really fine sand, and it's water soluble, so it does not, it does break down, but then once it dries, it comes back. You follow the dunes here. Oh, great little sunrise there, and there's interpretive signage along the way that the National Park Service has put in. Talks about the different types of animals. There's the coyote and the fox and the burrowing owl and grasshopper mouse, and so certain types of bats, the kit fox, desert cottontail rabbit, roadrunner, some hawks, different types of a nighthawk, a bobcat. So they make this place their home. It's pretty cool of a landscape. I'm at the Inter-dune Boardwalk Trail here in White Sands National Park. And this is a short trail. It is wheelchair accessible. It's real easy because it's raised above the sand. And it's very short. It's only 0.5 of a mile. And the stark and pure white dune field ahead of us is just one of the rarest landscapes on the planet Earth. In fact, only a tiny handful of gypsum dune systems exist on the planet, and we are standing in the world's largest gypsum dune field. And even the astronauts can see this from space, because it's 275 square miles of dune fields. So going to take this little hike here in the park and show you what I see. This is the end of the Inter-dune Boardwalk. Has more information about the plants and the wildlife that makes this their home and how this was created over lots of years. This is the end of the trail. I'm at the Alkali Trail. It's a 5-mile loop trail over sand dunes and climbing over some of the tallest here in the park. Hiking along the Alkali Trail, which is 5 miles round trip, but I'm just gonna do a little bit of it. But the Alkali was formed by an old lake bed. So the flat is 19 miles long and 9 miles across over to the mountains. Looks like there's actually a film crew here. Let me flip the camera around and show you. So the film crew is over there. Like I said, they have filmed lots of commercials here and 20 different movies. So let's see, I'm having a hard time seeing, but I can see, yeah, they're filming right there. You can see the tent. They're doing photo shoot or a movie or a commercial right here in the national park. They have to ask for special permission to do so, but they have obtained it and they're out here by themselves doing the photo. So that's pretty cool. See that going on. I'm not gonna go over and bother them. But also, I think this is the area where people bring their sleds and they slide down these steep dunes. And it's soft and it's easy to go down, but you have to hike back up in order to get there, so to get back to the top. So let's see where folks have done some sledding down the hills, bring their sleds or little toboggans and make a day out of it, sliding down those hills. Very fun and adventurous to be out here at White Sands and amongst all this gypsum white dunes of sand that goes on for miles, and just this unique environment. Beautiful blue skies today with a few clouds, and in the 70s. It's very comfortable, but this sand does not heat up. It does heat up a little bit, but it stays cool. To the touch right now, it's nice and cool. You could put your soda in it, or beer or water, and it'll stay cool until you get back from your hike. So a very unique environment, and I'm just glad that I was able to enjoy it. This was park number 40 for me, so it's been quite an adventure. Yesterday I was at hot springs in Arkansas and beautiful colors in the trees, and today I'm in New Mexico at White Sands, where there's nothing but sand. A few trees trying to grow up through the sand, really difficult for it. Yucca plants and different Chihuahuan desert plants that are local here, but not a lot of stuff grows here. I haven't seen many birds or animals. It's a harsh environment to live in, but some of them do make it their home. White Sands National Park. This place is very unique, and the sand is very, very fine. When you pick it up and run it through your hands, it's super fine. Gets on your boots, but as long as it's an established trail or it's been matted down by other folks and stuff, it's easy to walk on. It's not that bad. But if you're trekking a new trail, then it's completely different. This is a great big parking lot. Never fills up, I'm sure. It's all matted down. They've plowed off this spot, a big area. It's at the Alkali Flat trailhead, which is like a 5-mile loop trail out into the Alkali Flat, which is very large. So this is a pretty cool little trail, and this is very unique environment, that's for sure, here in southwestern part of New Mexico. Picnic areas at Yucca Picnic Ground, and they have these individual shelters so that you can enjoy your picnic lunch out in the white sand dunes as a comfort station as well. Pretty interesting that they have all these picnic spots in the dunes, but people bring their lunch and they bring their sleds for their children, and they enjoy the sand dunes and have fun. Along the scenic drive, mountains out there. Watch for bicycles. I don't know who would ride a bicycle out here, but I guess people do. This is the Playa Trail. It's only 0.5 out into the playa there, and you learn about different things and how the playa was formed and the wildlife that lives here and all those things. So I'm gonna do that one next. The playa is a barren, dry lake bed ahead of you. Also changes depending on the weather. It might be brown, it might be white, it might be filled with water, it could be growing crystals. But walk out and discover what the playa is doing today. So that's the playa there, and there's several markers along the way. Walking along the Playa Trail here at White Sands National Park, and the playa is dry. This is November the 2nd, 2022, and that's what the playa looks like. It's just dried up. Sometimes this water gets trapped here when they get rains, and there is a little lake here, and it is like 1 to 2 feet deep, but right now it is dry and it's kind of crunchy. There's like little formations and stuff, but it all dries up. You can walk out onto it. Crunchy, little ice crystals, little crunchies, and that grinds up and makes the sand, makes those white sands and the dunes blows across here. So it's kind of cool to walk out into the playa and experience it. But this is the Playa Trail. It's only 0.5. It's a nice little stroll out into white sands. This is the end of the little Playa Trail that is only 0.5. But there's this really cool actually it's a purple flower. I gotta show it to you. That's right at the base of the sign here that talks about the footprints of the mammoth, the Columbian mammoth, and the different dinosaurs and things that they have found fossils from, the sloth and saber-toothed cats, etc. But here's that flower I was talking about. Let's see if I can zoom in on it. It's a cute little purple flower. Not a lot of flowers in the desert here, but when I come across them, I want to take a picture. At White Sands National Park Visitor Center, and I'm going to take you through their little museum here. So it's exploring the desert, the island desert, and so of course it talks about the blizzards that live here and how it was formed. You can hear the video going on in there. I'm going to catch the video. I always enjoy doing that. And this is the little museum. Talks about the different animals that disguise themselves in the white sand and how they survive in the landscape here in the Chihuahuan Desert of New Mexico, and different little interactive things on how the sand is created by the gypsum.
White sands provided Native Americans with physical and spiritual
and water's below the ground, of course. But
today it still inspires
so this is the rock that contains the gypsum and creates the sand as it's broken down.
forces that shape the
I'm
land.
gonna go into the movie, let you see a little bit of the movie. This is the basin, 275 miles of it, right off of the Freeway 70 here from Las Cruces as you move west. I'm gonna go into the video.
Protected by the American people for all to experience and explore.